Today we're going to be looking at how to use the app Quizlet Flashcards. To use this app, you do have to have a Quizlet account made. If you don't have one made, you could just sign up for free right here. Or if you do have one made, you can simply just click the login button on the bottom there like I do here. Here it's just a login screen. If you have one, you can just sign up with Facebook or Google, or you can just use an email like me. Hopefully, after I sign in here. Okay, incorrect password. Let me try that again. Hopefully, after we sign in correctly this time, it will just take us right to the main screen. Here's the home screen for the application. Here it just shows us our latest activity, and as you can see today it says I've followed 3 different sets. To follow sets, you do have to go to the browser. You can't do that on the application. But here we can also create new sets, which I will show you guys later. But first, let's just look around the website. Here you can, on the bottom, you can just go to classes, and you can see there I have 3 different classes created. Look under my facts, I have table setting, which was one of the set I followed today. Go back, I have intro to Shakespeare, and then under there I have Shakespeare terms, which is another one I followed today. And then I have PE with the baseball positions. So there you can see I can navigate my class, my different classes, and all the cards I have for them. Next we can go to folders, and I only have one folder created that's for my creations, which I'll show you guys later once I add one, but right now it's empty. But as soon as we create a set, I'll put it in there to show you guys how to do that. Next we'll just go to the profile, and here we can see all our different sets, classes, and folders. Just simply click on the top ones in order to go to the different categories like classes, folders, things like that. Next to this is the settings page, and here you can do a bunch of different stuff. Change your profile picture, account type, you could upgrade to plus, change your email, password, things like that, help center, all those useful things if you're having trouble with the application. And also log out if you ever need to do that. Next, we're going to take a look at how to create your own set. So let's go back to the beginning. To create our own set, let's just simply click on that. First thing we're going to have to do is title the set. So for our set, let's do story plot, just basic plot of a story in the plot line. You can add a description if you want to, but I don't really see the need to here. So let's just start with the terms. First, let's enter an introduction. Here you can see that they do pop up some suggestions, and I just hit introduction on that one. It also pops up suggestions for definitions, but let's just enter our own on the first one just so you can see how we can do that. Just simply enter in your own definition, full sentence, whatever you want it to be. And then as soon as we're done, we'll just hit term on the next one, and we'll start with the next one. So there you can see it pops up another suggestion, rising action for us. And there you see the definition suggestions, and then there just hit events leading up to the climax. And now we need to add another term, so we just hit the plus on the bottom there, and it gives us another term to work with. So let's start with the next term, which would be climax. And there again, there's a suggestion, just click on that to use it. Same with the definition. Then just simply move on to the next term by hitting the plus button again. Then we'll do following action here. There's another suggestion. Hit that button. Go down to the next, and look, the definition suggestions are already in there for us. So let's go on to the next term, resolution. And once again, there's another suggestion for us. So I'll just hit that. It makes it a lot easier on me. Next definition, just hit another suggestion there for us. And so there is their story plot set. So all we have to do now is hit done on the top there to create it. And now we get to the point where we can start studying our own set. So the first one we're going to click on here is learn, which is basically just a hodgepodge of questions that the app comes up with to test us. So here you can see that it just asks us a question and gives us some simple answers from the study set we created. Hit the correct answer, and it just takes us on to the next question. And as soon as you're done with answering all these questions correctly, it should give us a little screen that says, yep, now we're getting the hang of this. So we can either continue with that, and it even pops us up to ask us if we have anything that we're studying for specifically, but we don't. So real quick, I'm going to blaze through this one again. Here, it just asks us some different questions that we are asked to answer and test our knowledge once again. Climax, just type it in, rising action, just type it in there. Resolution. And even if you misspell something, they do give you a notification. Like here, I'll misspell this one for you guys. And there you can see it pops us up the correct answer and the answer that we said. Let's just move on. Climax here should be correct. And then we need falling action there. And then we're going to move on to the next one. There you can see it just tells us the amount we got correct and incorrect. Now I'm going to exit out of this screen and move on to the next one. So here we're going to click on cards to see the different categories. These are just flashcards that we can use. To flip them over, you just hit the card itself once and it flips over. So we have the definition on the front and the term on the back. All 5 cards are already created for us. We're going to flip through them real quick just to show you guys. Once again, just hit the card and then it'll flip over to give you the term for the definition. And at the end, it just tells us that we've studied 5 of our terms. Next, we're going to learn how to type in our definitions and terms all with the right. This one just asks us to type in our definitions. So once again, kind of like the first one we did, type in resolution here and we'll see if we get the correct answer. Just hit enter when you're done and it'll give us the feedback. Rising action. Introduction. Climax here. Once again, all I'm doing is just typing in these answers and hitting enter. You can't see it, but I'm using a wireless keyboard here. Then it tells us the amount we've got correct and which ones we got correct. And we can do it again to master the answers. So let's do it again and master these real quick. See what happens after that. Resolution. And you can tell by the green circles on the side, these are answers that I'm getting correct and am mastering by doing that. And climax, okay. Now it should show us that we've mastered 100% accuracy, never missed any of those, so it gives us a little roundup of how we did. Next, let's move on to the matching. So this one, we just match all the terms with our definitions, and we are timed in addition. To match them, all you do is hit the screen and then hit the screen again to the correct term. And then it shows green if we get them correct. There you can see it says I finished it in 12.8 seconds. I could try and beat my time, but I don't really see the need. Next, let's do the test. Here we can change the settings of the test. We can include true, false, multiple choice, written questions, all those types of things. We can up the question count if we want to. We can start with the term or we can go with a definition. We can get instant feedback or we can leave that out. And we can even add the tap to play audio if we need to, but let's just leave it at the default setting. So here it presents us with 5 different types of questions. Here we get 2 short-term answer questions. Next we're going to get some matching. Some more matching here. And just click the one and then hit enter as soon as you're done with that. And then this one is a true false. So here you can see it just provides us with a test to test our knowledge, and you can see that we did a pretty good job on the test here. We can retake it if we want to, or we can just go on to the next one. Let's show you how to add it to folders next. To add it to a folder, we're going to hit that folder icon on the top right. We'll hit My Creations since we have that folder made, and hit Done. And now the story plot cards we made should be in our folder My Creations. So we'll go over to Folders, And yep, one set in my creations, that should be our story plot. And once again, just to summarize, this application, you do need to have a Quizlet account, which you can make by going to their website, or you can just make from the app. So that is Quizlet Flashcards for everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.